Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol AVEO. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I'll let you this time frame does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Tuesday, so that is where the green and red line annotations are coming from. But after today's price move, what I'm going to do is just, because this, from a presentation standpoint, this is a much trickier chart to talk about, so I want to take a little bit different approach here and delete that line out so we can, take a much straightforward kind of explanation here. Because the tricky part is, when you factor in perspective. What do I mean by perspective? Well, if you were some sort of day trader, scalper, flipper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there, or who knows, maybe even bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yeah, from that point of view, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, I get it. From the highs, the price did pull back quite a bit. But from the grand scheme of it all, the price does still have an opportunity to build a higher base, and as long as higher bases are being built over time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture point of view. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trader type perspective going into it. And the reason I would still call this entire chart bullish is, and I'm not saying this is what's going to occur, but just to more so explain, my vantage point is, let's say the price actually came all the way down here to that green line that I've talked about before, behaves like this, and then eventually starts to work its way back upwards. Now, emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you still have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have some lows right here. You'd have some lows even further down right there. If you envision each one of those as some bootleg stair steps, well, what do you have from the big picture? You would still very clearly have big picture stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And again, that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. Again, I realize, and if you're some sort of day trader and you bought up there, then yeah, you don't care about these stair steps. But that's why I try to offer up a warning that I would be commenting from the big picture point of view. So sure, today there's been a pullback, but stop and think about that word today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, you can see the price does still have an opportunity to build a higher base. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.